He didn't join the Avengers, but a real Avenger. He rules over all kinds of evildoers after he made his move, never leave alive. And the reason why he did it, all because of hatred. He was a member of the Navy and Army. Just reunited with my family after leaving. Unexpectedly, the group of masked men broke into the house, crazy for his family. He survived, intending to avenge his family, so I found these guys and cut them to pieces. But after revenge, he is still in pain. To numb myself, he took a job as a builder and took it out on the wall. He works too hard, despised by the workers, think he's doing too much work, rob them of their jobs, saying that he kicked over his lunchbox, but men don't care at all. Pick up the hammer and it's dry. Only one co-worker was willing to approach him and gave him a loaf of bread at lunch break. And that's the loaf of bread will soon save the boy's life. When resting, the man overheard the co-workers talking about something. They're trying to make more money. I'm going to ransack a store tonight. Only then did they notice the man resting on the side. Thought he was eavesdropping, so I approached him very unhappily. I want to give him some color to see. Man stands up, picked up the hammer from the ground. It seems to be about to explode. But he still held back, planned to go back to work, but was stopped by the workers. Workers threatened him. Then the worker accidentally fell from the sky. The situation is very urgent. The worker had to go and check, and men know how to care. But it's none of your business to go back to work. At night, the co-workers are about to starve. Due to the accident this morning, there is a shortage of men. They called him a new guy. But this scene was seen by the man in the distance. Soon they were wearing masks, broke into a chest room. Here we go. They didn't know it was run by a guy. They want the new guy to get the money quickly. The boy immediately picked up the speed, took the money from the calm big brother. But he was too nervous. Accidentally threw money all over the place. His passport accidentally fell out while picking up money. It's over. The companions were dumbfounded. Cut. Wait until they come outside. The companions think his identity has been exposed. If you are caught, you will not be able to withstand or hit them all up. So they decided to kill. He threw the boy in a nearby concrete mixer. No matter how much the boy swear to beg for mercy, they still turned on the switch. Just then, men suddenly appears, swing a heavy hammer. Just do it twice. These villains were executed on the spot. Someone still wants to run away, but was shot in the head by a man. And then he dropped the rope. Just let the guy climb up. He just popped his head out. I noticed the bottom, and the sack with the rope. There are a few words written in blood on it. It probably means to let the guy hurry up and run away with the money. Then the man tried to save the boy from future trouble. Come to the chest room, killed all the big gangsters here. And just as the man calmly left, a camera caught their whereabouts. He came to a restaurant to relax. Just wanted to order. The waiter suddenly called him to answer the phone. Man is puzzled. He left the army with few friends. Then who would be calling? Curious, he continued. And the people inside actually know his real name. And told why his family was killed. The man is instantly nervous and perceived that the other party is observing him from a distance. Frank Lima chased out the door. His vigilance led him to the tall building opposite. Take out the guy and cautiously test the other party. But there was no movement on the roof. A cell phone was found on the roof. Through the guidance of the above note, he looked across to the roof. Found the spiritual guy in a hat. The boy motioned for him to answer on his cell phone and then left Frank in place. Contact by a mobile phone. Frank was able to easily meet the young man. This is a guy with curly hair. His identity is a genius hacker. He told Frank. Frank's family was killed. It's all a planned conspiracy. And the mastermind is most likely his former superior. That's when Frank remembered being a soldier. His superior once issued a special mission. Let everyone kill an innocent police officer. However, when Frank and his comrades completed their mission, the boss even asked to remove the bullet from the body of the deceased. Now Frank understood. It turns out that the sir is abusing his personal rights to kill, but he didn't dare to say anything about it. In order to establish that the death of the family member is Frank going to fire, talked to a fellow soldier who also left the army. He came to the cabin where his comrades, but there was not a single shadow in the hall. Just then, a bow and arrow hit him. He quickly hid under a big tree and withstood the pain and pulled the bow and arrow. And he looks down. It turned out that the person who shot him was the same comrade. Soon his comrades recognized him and support him when he is injured. Come to rest under the tree and haven't had time to say more. A group of soldiers rushed out, dash at him, and these soldiers were Frank's commanders. Sent to silence, the two quickly fled, but still got shot on the way. So they hid behind a huge rock. When the soldiers come up, use close-in weapons to quickly counterattack. Frank grabbed the rifle, snapped at the soldiers chasing after. To Kung Fu, the soldier went berserk and was chased away by Frank. Frank grabbed the soldier's monitor, issued a death warning to the officer on the screen. Watch this woman pour wine on the ground. And the man just goes down, lightly licking with your tongue. The woman stepped on him. Then they started a new game. And they were having fun. A masked man suddenly broke in. He is the full human Punisher. He has come for revenge. He pressed the man against the wall and rewarded him with a few big mouths. That's when Curly Hair's accomplice outside starts to move, hacked into a man's phone, successfully obtained the location information of the male, and informed Frank that soldiers were approaching the house. So Frank closes the door, pulls smoke grenades from behind. He didn't run away right away. I want to take out my anger on these soldiers. Soon the soldiers broke down the door, but the thick smoke made it impossible for them to see the scene. Frank quietly moved the statue, intentionally causing noise. Soldier heard this and opened fire on the target. I just found out it's a statue. Frank emerged from behind. One shot killed the soldier. It took the comfort to return the house to tranquility. After finishing, break the window and leave the scene direct. Now I've got the officer's seat. They have reached the final stage of their operation. The two came quietly and got it from the mobile phone. Take the location. Frank is far away. Set up an SSG sniper rifle. Searching for the shadow of the commander. Target found quickly. The timing is just right. However, what he didn't expect, the window glass turned out to be made in China. Gunshots broke the quiet night. The guards rushed out. Frank saw this and had to choose to evacuate, and his action completely angered the officer. Soon the chief found out the details of Curly Hair. Send someone to break into his home, take his wife and children, and tied it up in an abandoned warehouse. Curly Hair found out about his family from the surveillance. He suddenly became nervous. I don't know what to do for AY. This also means that the base is not safe either, so Frank let Curly Hair go first. I'm left to deal with everything. And Frank got fully armed. Filled the weapon with bullets, painted with black fuel, and put on a new suit. Now this man really broke out. Soon as expected, the commander sent people to besiege the base. Frank is ready to go. A knife attack on a soldier, then cut off his head and threw it out. Soldiers gather around to check. In the next second, the head will explode directly. Turns out Frank planted a bomb inside. Frank comes out and fires. As soon as the soldier emerged, he became the Tyrannosaurus. His hands are too fast. The enemy had no chance to react at all. Then put on a shotgun. A bullet rushed out. 2 bullets. Then continued to roll. The soldiers behind took the opportunity to open fire. Luckily Frank was wearing body armor, plus a strong body. Didn't fall. Soldiers gathered around. He directly detonated the pre-arranged revolver. He picked up a big pineapple in the box. Rushing out is a strafing. Frank's momentum completely crushed his opponent. The soldiers were soon wiped out. One bite left. The angry soldier begged for mercy. Frank pulled the trigger without hesitation. And the cell phone in the soldier's pocket rings. The other party is the officer's right-hand man. The man threatened Frank, trying to save Curly Hair's family. He has to trade his own life. Hear this, Frank was even angrier, but he didn't want Curly Hair to end up like her. So next, he brought Curly Hair to the designated place in exchange for Curly Hair's family, and Frank decided to put himself at their disposal. And at the moment of the hostage exchange, Palmer suddenly arrived at the scene. The two sides exchanged wind. Curly Hair was on the run, and the burden directly took the box lunch. And what's even more surprising is that Frank as a human being, he was knocked unconscious by the officer's subordinate, pulled into the car and took it away. To his face is a meal output. Punched down, the man's teeth are knocked out. In order not to be beaten to death, the man finally recruited. He was taken to the computer, temporarily and tied the rope. He handed over all the evidence his comrades had given. It's all handed over to the boss. The boss was satisfied and just wanted to pat the man on the shoulder. Suddenly got up, pulled out the dagger that had been hidden in his vest. The man went down in one go. CEO, smash it down with the butt of the gun. Then the boss kicked him unconscious. He was tied to the chair again. Boss is completely crazy. It's torture for him. And just as the officer was about to kill the killer, the man suddenly fought back, easy to break free. He'd been waiting for this moment. It turned out that he was trying to avenge his family. He was deliberately captured by the enemy. This is the opportunity to get close to the boss. Now he threw the boss to the ground, stabbed to death with a knife, then punched him like crazy in the head. And they gouged out his eyes. Let the other party successfully receive the boss in the boss's hand, but the crowd watched. It turns out that he had long been unhappy with the boss. Just now he pulled out a gun and wanted to execute the man. Just then, Verbal broke in. He had to flee the scene. The man fell to the ground from exhaustion. Vaguely he saw a familiar figure. This person is Curly Hair. It turns out that Curly Hair is not. He had already put on body armor and worked with Verbal in a player suspended animation, and he called the previous Verbal. Now the boss had been executed by a man, but it's not over. Because he still had to kill the boss's right-hand man. Men come to the playground at night, found out that the guy actually took the innocent passively, tied a life to the carousel.
想
I
要
want
等
to
他
wait
上
for
钩，
him to
于
take
是
so the
男
man
人朝
shot
天
his
上
way
发射
into
子
the
弹
sky.
成功吸引
Successfully
了对方
attracted the attention of the
男
other
人满
man
腹
to
敌
the
意的
opportunity to rush
和
the
对方进
front
行
of each
开
other.
战。男
The
人
man
出动
got
一枪
shot,
拦截
get
小
some
人，
cover.
可他
But
只
he
是
just
做
did
了
a
简
simple
单的包
magic,
扎就回归了
return to the safe.
对
The
方
other
此
party
时
hid
躲
in
到
the
身
carousel
后，
at this time,
和男人
playing
玩
hide
起了
and
躲
seek
猫
with
猫
men.。
一阵
After
枪
a
战过
shootout,
后，这次
this
轮
time
到
it
对
was the
方
other
失了
party
主
turn to summon.
于是
So
对
the
方
other
利用
party
武
used
士
the
后
hostage to threaten
让
to
他
make
放
him
下
drop
武
his
器，
weapon
否
or
则
kill
杀了
him.
他。就在这
Just
时，
then,
伯
he
伯
knew
的
he'd be playing alone.
却被
But
一
would
枪
not
打
let
倒
Guang back shot.
男
The
人
man
趁
took
机
the
上前
opportunity
和
to
对
step
方殴
forward
打
and
在了
beat
一
each
起。
other together.
对
The
方
man
掏
who
出
took out the battle and plotted against them.
男
The
人
man
顺手
picked up
捡
the
起地
bleeding
上的
Guang,
碎片，狠狠
poured
灌
into
入
the
了对方
opponent's
的
large
接
intestine,
着
then
再
I
放
rocked
他
him
在一
against
块
the
镜
mirror.
子上摩擦。最后
One
的
last
经验
hit
终于
finally
击
defeated the opponent.
两
The
名人质也
hostages
获
were
释
also rescued by him.
他将
He
和
took
伯
the
伯
female
的及
followers
时
to the
合作
hospital
解
in
决，
time.
才保
Just
住
saved my life.
由于
As
男
men
人承
punished
担
those
了
vicious
沉默
criminals.
的罪，伯伯
All
的
were
决定
decided
免
to
除他这
exonerate
个
him
成
of
败
the
杀人
previous
的罪，
murder charge.
让他
Let
重
him
回
go
了
back
正
to
常人的
normal.
生活。
Life in that
而
man
那个
wasn't
手
killed
下
by
并
the
没有
man.
被男人弄死。